One more question on the subject from Catherine Bain.
There has been some concern expressed over the government considering relaxing the gender reporting requirements that currently apply to companies with at least 100 employees. Is there any evidence that shows that such reporting actually improves gender balance in the workplace? I mean, I would think that a lot of Australians wouldn't even know that these reporting requirements exist, let alone where to access the information when it is reported.
Sherry Markson.
Yeah, I'm totally on top of this issue because I read about 90 of the reports last year when I was Clio editor, and up until that point they weren't complete. They didn't have the pay levels for men and women who are in the same job. This year, for the first time, we're going to be able to look at that, and I can't wait to see it. It'll be fascinating. But now there's speculation that the reporting requirements, as you say, could change from being all companies with over 100 employees to companies with over 1,000 employees. And there's a big debate in the business community about this. Jennifer Westacott has said it's too much red tape. But I'm really happy about the fact that people like Mike Smith and the Citibank CEO have come out and said we need to have these reports because they don't actually know what's necessarily going on in their organisation, and they have said that when these reports come in, it'll be able to really easily see where the problems lie.
Then why doesn't Mr Smith, or people like Mr Smith, prepare these reports in any event rather than rely upon a government regulation to mandate it? If they're useful to it.
Isn't it more useful for the companies that aren't doing it? Because his company probably is. And
Well,
I guess the point is, how hard can it be to count up the number of women employees you have working for you and to write out a form saying what jobs they have?
Well, look, this is a particular issue that I'm not very familiar with, but can I make the broader point that one thing this government is committed to doing is to reducing the red tape that has tied up businesses large and small in this country with tremendous productivity effects. And Tony, may I please, on indulgence, make one observation reply to what you said, Lisa. The biggest social reform from the point of view of advancing the life chances of women has been authored by Tony Abbott, and that's the paid parental leave scheme.
Which is not terribly popular within the male members of the federal cabinet.
That's not correct. That is not.
Everything I hear is it's not very popular. And it's probably one of the first things to go if this May budget turns out to be a really tough one. But he's arguing for it, and it's really impressive the way he's been arguing for it. That said,
that reflects his view of the world.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm going to pause you both. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Tony Abbott said that paid parental leave would happen over his dead body, and in 12 years we've seen change, and that's a wonderful thing and to be celebrated.
And I think Tony Abbott deserves to be applauded.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. The indulgence which you had is over. I just want to hear Chris Bowen on the subject we were talking about.
Yeah, look, I think reporting can play a role. There's always a balance to be struck in terms of which companies report, how big they are, etc. But it does, we're talking about it here today because of the reporting. It does focus the public discussion on it. And there's a lot of goodwill at senior ranks, as Sherry said, of the business community, but it takes more than goodwill to get this fixed. And it does take some accountability, some reporting. And so I think it can play a role in moving the public debate on and getting more progress in getting a better situation for women.
Okay, let's change tack.